Can the Vietnam War be seen as a direct result of Cold War conflict? Breaking news in historical analysis. The question on many minds today is whether the Vietnam War can be viewed as a direct consequence of Cold War tensions. As discussions around this topic heat up, let's unpack the facts that connect these significant events. Understanding this relationship is crucial for grasping the broader implications of international relations during the 20th century. The Vietnam War took place during the Cold War, a time filled with ideological battles between the United States and the Soviet Union. This conflict was not just about Vietnam. It was part of a larger struggle against communism, which both superpowers viewed as a threat. The United States was particularly concerned about the spread of communism in Southeast Asia. One key concept that influenced U.S. involvement was the domino theory. This theory suggested that if one nation fell to communism, neighboring countries would follow suit. This idea drove U.S. foreign policy decisions, leading to increased military support for South Vietnam. The U.S. adopted a containment policy to stop the spread of communism. This policy was a driving force behind American actions in Vietnam, where officials feared that a communist victory would have a ripple effect across the region. The stakes were high, as the U.S. sought to prevent a shift in power that could embolden communist movements elsewhere. The Vietnam War also served as a proxy conflict between the United States and the Soviet Union. North Vietnam received support from communist allies like China and the Soviet Union, while the South Vietnamese government was backed by the United States. This dynamic illustrated the global nature of the Cold War, where local conflicts often had international implications. As the war escalated, the United States transitioned from providing military aid to deploying ground troops. This shift was fueled by fears of communist expansion and the desire to demonstrate U.S. commitment to its allies. The escalation marked a significant turning point in the conflict, leading to widespread protests and debates back home. The Vietnam War was not an isolated incident. It was part of a broader Cold War strategy. The United States engaged in similar interventions in other regions, aiming to curb communist influence worldwide. This global perspective shaped the U.S. approach to Vietnam and highlighted the interconnectedness of international conflicts during the Cold War. In essence, the Vietnam War can indeed be seen as a direct result of Cold War conflict. It reflected the geopolitical tensions and ideological battles between the United States and its communist adversaries. Understanding this connection helps clarify the motivations behind U.S. actions and the lasting impact of the war on global politics.